Wagering on soccer can be challenging. There are loads of different bet types that may seem confusing to people who haven't bet the sport before, but it really doesn't have to be that difficult. Welcome back to a brand new video here on Circles Off. This is your home for betting education with myself, Rob Pizzola, a real pro sports bettor. Now this channel is mostly about helping you improve as a sports bettor, but with European soccer right around the corner and set to kick off again shortly, I know a lot of you are itching to dip your feet in the water. So today, I'm going to review most of the key soccer bet types that may seem overwhelming, but really aren't. When betting on major North American sports like football, baseball, basketball, or even hockey, ties are not an option nowadays. In soccer, ties are common. They're called a draw. And this is why the main wagering line in soccer is the three-way money line. This line is typically displayed in a 1x2 format where you have a win for team 1, a draw, and a win for team 2 as your three different betting options. In some rare instances, there will be European soccer events that go to extra time or even penalties. But it's important to note that this wager type gets settled at the end of regulation time. The three-way money line is available for the full-time result of a soccer game and is often available for the halftime result as well. Now, if that's already too much for you to handle, you can always bet the two-way money line, or what's commonly referred to as the draw no bet. This type of bet completely removes the draw from the equation. Draw no bet is a fitting wager description, as if the game ends in a draw, the wager is considered a push, and you get a refund on your action. In some instances, in tournaments for example, where a draw is not possible, you'll see this wager listed as team to qualify, or team to advance. The double chance bet is also very popular amongst recreational bettors, as it's a bet type with lower risk. The bettor gets to pick two of the three outcomes of the game and only loses their wager if they completely whiff on both of those outcomes. With this type of wager, you can bet on the home team and the draw, the visiting team and the draw, or the home team and the visiting team, in which case you would only lose your bet if the match ends up in a draw. Spreads and totals are extremely common in soccer wagering as well, not at all dissimilar from betting on football or basketball. For example, the favorite in a match might be favored by 1.5 goals, and that's often shown as -1.5. In this case, if you're to bet the favorite, they'd need to win by 2 or more goals for you to win your bet. Where things really start to get tricky though is when we introduce the Asian Handicap, which is basically a more complicated way of wagering on spreads and totals. Asian handicaps allow bettors to split their wagers across two different bets. Let's take a look at Arsenal and Nottingham Forest on opening weekend. Arsenal is favored by 1.75 on the Asian Handicap. I can either bet on the Gunners at -1.75 or take the underdog Forest at +1.75. For purposes of this example, let's say I take Forest at +1.75. Half my bet is allocated to Forest +1.5. The other half is allocated to Forest +2. We simply round to the nearest half goal. How about Everton -0.25 hosting Fulham on that very same day? You guessed it. Half your wager is on Everton minus a half goal. The other half is on Everton -0, otherwise just known as a pick'em. And again, the exact principle applies to totals as well. Newcastle and Aston Villa, their total is set at 2.75, meaning that whether you bet the over or the under, half the wager will be graded at 2.5, and the other half will be graded at 3. There are countless other bet types in soccer, but they mostly follow standard betting principles that shouldn't be too challenging to figure out. This should at least set you on the right path in making sure that you're never confused when you're looking at any soccer odds screen. In my next video, I'll offer up some betting tips for recreational bettors to help ensure that you're always in the best position to succeed when it comes to betting on soccer. Make sure you're subscribed right here to Circles Off. Turn on notifications by hitting that bell button below. And if today's video helped you out in any way, make sure you let us know by smashing that like button.